Alright, today I'm going to demonstrate an easier way to wash and wax your RV. This is a 23-foot travel trailer. I'm just going to demonstrate on the first half of it here. You'll get some idea of how you can save a lot of time and grief in there. One thing I have to tell you is you need to wash and treat your RV roof yearly. Some of them don't get treated at all, and when they find out it's too late. We just had to have this roof repaired because of a tear from a tree, and it was $6,000 to have this roof replaced. Now, the basic part of this thing is the hose end sprayer, which is going to save you a lot of time on a big RV. I got the soaps, the initial soaps. I have my wax concentrate here. I have several waxes. It just gives you options. I have been using this for years. The Turtle Wax ceramic waxes are on the scene. I can tell you they really do work. Paste waxes I use just on the front of the trailer. If you're going to use a paste wax, make sure that it will not turn white on black plastic. And these will not. This is Meguiar's Ultimate. This is Turtle Wax Ice. I do not recommend using New Finish or any Armor All products. I'm really biased. Now, to start with, we're going to wash the trailer down. I have a hose end sprayer here. I'll hook it up. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to make. I should have hooked it up before. There. Okay, now I got the hose end sprayer hooked up. Take the jug off. You're going to catch a lot of flack from automotive guys that are detailed. This is not a car we're talking about. I have a really nice truck over here. I don't use this method on my truck. I use microfibers and good waxes. I use everything on it. But this is my trailer, my third trailer that I've done. Put some dishwashing soap in, just put a big healthy glug in there. I use Awesome, which is a cleaner you can find at the dollar stores. Costs $1 a bottle. Cuts grease pretty good. Just put a big glug in there. That's enough. We'll take our hose end sprayer and put some water in there. We're up to about 4 ounces. I would put the water up to about 8 ounces. As soon as I get it turned on. That's pretty good. Believe me, it does not take much in this hose end sprayer. There's probably enough in here to do a 40-foot motorhome. Now we start washing it down with this. Now, what I did forget to mention is I have a winter method and a summer method. The winter method is what I'm using now. This is what I do before I store this trailer for the winter. In your climate, such as Arizona, you probably should do this once a month because they'll maintain your UV protection. Now we're going to use the same hose end sprayer. Well, I'll get my rinse hose out here. I can't get that off. And we rinse it off. Now rinse it very thoroughly. There, that's good for that. Now, empty the sprayer out. Dump the soap out. Rinse this out. Now we're going to wax it. Just take, no, I'm just using this for a demonstration. I would recommend you start with ceramic wax. I'm just using this because I've had it for a long time. And when I get this used up, this will be the end of this. This cheap turtle waxers, they'll leave white spots, but for the winter wax, you don't need to worry about that. So add some wax, add some water. Shake it up good once you get it going. Shake it up really good. Wax. So that it mixes good with the, and then hose your wax in. There your wax mix is on. From here, for the winter, I don't do anything. I just let it dry. Because in the summer, when I take it out for the summertime, that's when I change methods. Now for the summer, just a minute, I gotta get my buckets here. I forgot something. For the summertime, I use the same method as I do in my truck. I put in some car wash. You don't need to buy this expensive a car wash. This is $14 a jug. If you buy your basic name brand car washes for $6 a jug, they'll be just fine. So I put some in there. You're probably all familiar with washing your cars. I don't know how familiar you are with a 2-bucket system. Okay, add some water. Okay, here's a wash bucket. Here's the rinse bucket. You won't be able to see past the table here. Now my washing tools, I've collected these. I have a couple of squeegees here. I just put this together. This is a basic shower squeegee and taped it to a wooden handle. This is one I made so that I can reach the top of my truck because I'm too short to reach the roof of the canopy and the roof. Here's another soft brush. You can use this for buffing. Now, so I'll just, this way you don't have to have a ladder. I just scrub it. Every summer I give it a scrub job like this. Hit it in the rinse bucket, put it in the wash bucket, hit it in the rinse bucket, put it in the wash bucket. And that takes care of that. I can use this and then rinse it off good. here's my squeegee to rinse the excess water off. This one works just fine. You can make one like this quite easily. And I squeegee the water off. This one is made from a California water blade that I fashioned and put some pipe on and some hose and a handle. And this is my favorite just because it's bigger. Okay, now we've gone through that step. Next, we're going to wax it. This is where you start saving money. If you use, let me put this over. These bottles, this, these are all typically $14 to $16 a bottle. It can get very expensive. And what happens when you put it on and wipe it off, 90% of your wax comes off to start with. So that's why in the wintertime I just let it dry so I don't take the wax off. Now I have a measuring thing here. I make a concentrate out of these waxes. I use 1 pint of liquid wax in a gallon jug of water. Now here's some. I take one of these whole bottles, put it in the gallon jug, put it in first. Because the wax is a little hard to mix. Then add a gallon of water. Mind you, this is just a demo. That's how I do it. I put one bottle to a gallon. I shake it really good, get it mixed. I take a black marking pen and write on it what it's for, because when you get as old as I am, you'll forget in a month what it all is. That's why I mark everything. This is my concentrate right here. I use use sparingly. Mix 1 inch of this mix in a bucket like this. Easily will do this trailer. This is a 23 foot, so if you have a 40 foot, I'd say mix 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches worth in here. So we're going to do 1 to 3. We're going to shake this up really good first of all. I'm going to put in about 1/3 of a quart. Well, there, that's pretty good. This is my concentrate. I suggest that you start with ceramic wax. This is still the turtle wax that I started with and developed some of this process. So I'll put this in. And then I'll put a full quart of water in. Roughly a full quart. There we have that. As you can see, it's not much in there, but believe me, that is the big plenty. There's plenty to do this trailer. This will do the whole trailer and more. Now I take a soft brush. I'm going to take I'm going to set this up here. I put the brush in here. I sling off the excess. You don't need much. You just go over it like that. There, that's the wax job for the summer. Now, I squeegee this off, one, because I don't want to deal with the white spots that you'll get after the winter wax. And plus, it spreads it evenly, and it does a good job, really. This is, now that's the summertime method. Now one other thing I do in the summer, I do paste wax the front end of the trailer, but I do go back over it with the liquid wax. And when I put the paste wax on, I don't buff it, or I just leave it. And this stuff it dries clear, but your front end takes a real beating, you know, towing and that. So I do use paste wax. Just remember, make sure it won't turn anything white on you. Here's a sample of Meguiar's liquid wax you can use. These waxes are hard to shake up. Eventually, what I came up with was draining down about that much if I'm going to use a spray bottle, and adding water helps it mix a lot easier. The concentrate, remember, put the whole pint of wax in here. So if you put $16 worth of wax in here and then fill it up, that's a pint. So you've cut your cost down by 1/8, and when you mix it 3 to 1, you've cut your cost down to a 24th. And so instead of wasting dollars on products doing your trailer, you're going to get the same job for, you know, I don't want to say a few cents, but literally it comes out to a few cents. And you notice my truck over there, it looks gorgeous. I take care of this basically the same way all the time. I did mention the roof. I don't get on roofs anymore. It takes me 6 ladder sets to go around with a long brush and treat the roof. You get a roof treatment and a cleaner. Do it first before you wash your trailer. What else have we got here? Oh, spray bottles. Not every spray bottle is the same. Even though they look like they're made by the same outfit in China, they don't all spray a fine mist. And I make my own detailer. I put about this much wax in a spray bottle, and then I fill it up with water. If you live in a hard water area, buy distilled water. I don't live in a hard water area, so water here is fine. But if you live in a hard water area, buy distilled water. But just put about that much wax in there, fill it up to here, shake it. This was a different brand than the rest of these brands, but it sprays a nice fine spray, because when you're spraying detailing spray on it, you want a fine mist. You don't need tons of it. Another trick that I have done with this, I did it the last time on the truck. I had a spray bottle with just water in it, Now, if you read the directions, it says wet the whole. I just misted a 2-foot section with the water, and then I misted on this ceramic wax, let it set for a minute and a half, and then buffed it dry. It came out beautiful. As far as these tools here, the squeegee is what it saves you a lot of time and effort. A couple of brushes. I don't use microfiber on the trailer. I just don't think it's that important. On my truck, we use microfibers for washing. My wife has the beautiful black Venza. It's all microfibers. Of course, it has a graphene coating put on by a semi-pro auto detailer. It's very good. You want to shut it off until I go by? We've got a helicopter coming. We're in a fire zone here. One thing I forgot to mention, this is a crucial tool in this car washing business. I'm not man enough to unscrew these one-way caps on here, on the spray bottles. So I use my vice grip on here, and I get them off, believe me. And then once they're off and on a few times, they come off easier. But still, they're a little tough. But that's what the channel locks are for. If I said I meant channel lock. Pair of pliers, vice grip, channel lock. Anything you got. If you're young enough and big enough, you could probably screw them off with your hand, but I can't. I'd like to recap a little bit. The key ingredient is mixing wax concentrate. This gets your price down. I recommend using ceramic waxes these days. I'm going to finish my jug out with the turtle wax until I get tired of it, then I might switch over. The hose end sprayer. That's what on a really big washing and for the winter time, hosing it down and then hosing the wax off. It saves a lot of time, and you don't have to get on a ladder or anything. That saves a lot of time. The variety of brushes and things, you really only need one squeegee and one brush. I have a huge car washing brush, but it gets too heavy with all the water it holds. That's pretty much it. A measuring cup to accurately measure your mixes out is good. So, if you got a big motor home, like a friend of mine he has paste waxed by hand his entire Class A motor home, and he said his arm was about to fall off when he got done. This will save you a lot of time and a lot of grief. Use a ceramic wax. I really do recommend them now. I didn't know about them in the beginning, but I do recommend them. If you have $1 million Prevost, I would say don't do this. I would say hire somebody that details those for $600 bucks, because you got a lot invested there. But for a basic $20,000 RV like this one's 2016 model. And it looks just like new. When I get ready to get rid of it, trade it in, it's going to look just like this. And the last two that I had were older, had more miles on them, etc. They look just like this when I traded them in. So, happy washing.